Hey, what's up guys, it's Austin here, and sorry I haven't brought you guys a video in quite a long time. I've been kind of busy moving into school and transitioning, and it's been a long month. But I'm here to bring you the latest news from Samsung UNPACKED 2013 Episode 2. This was held in Berlin, and they just went over some devices that basically we were all expecting to see. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing that they did, they started off with what everybody wanted to see, and that is the next evolution of the Galaxy Note experience. And of course this is the Galaxy Note 3. But it also seems like they're working on something else, maybe a Google Glass competitor, I don't know. And as most of the rumors have already speculated this, the new Galaxy Note 3 is going to be slimmer, lighter, larger, faster, and longer. Weird, I know. Probably the most interesting thing about this device is the textured back. On the back of the device, rather than having a plastic shell, it actually has a leather finish to the back with some stitching. So I'm not sure if the battery is going to be removable, but they basically wanted to make it feel like a notebook, hence the name, the Note 3. Going into some specs, and again, we've already seen most of these on different blogs and whatnot. It's going to have a 5.7-inch screen, which is, I guess, an upgrade from the 5.5-inch screen on the Note 2, and that's going to be full 1080p with a pixel per inch density of 386, which is pretty good. Probably the greatest thing about the phone is it's going to have 3 gigs of RAM, which is going to be kind of helpful when we go into some of the multitasking features that they introduce later on in this video. It's going to have a 13 megapixel camera with LED flash, a 3200 milliamp battery, which is going to offer some comparable battery life to the Note 2, but slightly better, and it's going to come in a 32 and 64 gigabyte option. Now, one interesting thing that they did note, I'm not quite sure on this, but they did note that some of the models will be able to take 4K video, and I think this is just going to be on the models which have the Snapdragon 800 processor in it. And it's going to ship with the latest version of Android, which is 4.3. Now, of course, it's not going to be stock Android, it's going to be TouchWiz, and they did add some more gimmicks that you can use with the S Pen, such as Air Command. I don't think that most people will use it, but that's just because I like stock Android. Now, something that seems a little less gimmicky and actually quite useful is their box gesture, and this basically entails you drawing a box of whatever size you want your secondary window to be, and you're able to open up any other application that you want to. So if I wanted to open up a calculator app next to like a memo that I'm writing, I can just draw a little rectangle and then I can hit the calculator app and it'll show up in that little box that I drew. So that's a pretty neat feature to have. And it's going to be really useful on that 5.7-inch screen because you're going to have a lot of real estate to do whatever you want on it. Other than that, it's just really a standard update to the Note 2. So if you do like the Note series, this is going to be a great phone, but nothing out of the ordinary, nothing really special necessarily about it. Now, moving on to something more interesting is the Samsung Galaxy Gear. Now, as most of us know, this is their latest alleged smartwatch that they just unveiled today. And you can see my views on smartwatches. Here's a link to the video that I posted probably about a month ago. My personal opinions on the smartwatch, you don't necessarily have to agree, but I think smartwatches are useless, but I'm going to go over it anyways. Now, what it's basically going to be used for is it's going to have some hands-free calling, which is going to be kind of awkward because you have to hold it up to your wrist to talk into it. Okay, and SMS updates. So if you're getting a text message, you don't have to pull out your phone, you can just read it on your wrist and I guess reply to it from there. Now, going into some specs, it has a 1.6-inch 320 by 320 display screen, has an 800 megahertz CPU. Of course, isn't that fast, but again, it's just a watch. Has 4 gigabytes of storage, and one of the more impressive things, it has 25 hours of battery life, which is actually pretty impressive compared to other technologies or wearable technologies such as Google Glass, which only reportedly gets around 5 or 6 hours. Another notable hardware feature is it has a camera on it. You can just be walking by to someone and then you'll have a camera on the side of your wrist, and it's like a spy camera, so you can basically just walk by someone and then take a picture. I don't know, I don't think it'll be that useful. I mean, if you're aiming with the camera, you're gonna have to look down, and they say that they kind of made it seem like it's gonna be like Google Glass where you'll never miss another moment, but I feel like taking a picture with your watch isn't the most natural thing to do. Another feature that it has is S-Voice, which we all know isn't the greatest. I wish they would have just incorporated it with Google Now. I'm sure they'll do that in the future, but it's just going to come with S-Voice. So it basically has most of the features that Google Now does. If you want to put something in your calendar or make a call hands-free, it's not really hands-free because you have to hold it up hold your wrist up to your mouth. Yeah. But again, it's not going to be that useful because I mean, if we have Google Glass and we're driving and we want to get directions or call someone, you don't have to take your hands off the wheel. But if you want to do something with the watch, you have to hold it up and then drive with one hand. And if you get pulled over with that, it's going to be different than getting pulled over with glass because your hands are on the wheel. So again, I don't think it's that useful, but again, it's just another product to shove to customers. So also, it's going to be $300, which again, if you watch my video, I don't think it's worth it for a smartwatch, but yeah. Anyways, both of these devices, the Galaxy Note 3 and the Galaxy Gear, are going to be available late September this month and early October, somewhere around that time. And probably the most exciting thing about this event was the Galaxy Note 10.1 2014 edition. I would never use a Galaxy Note tablet, a Galaxy Tab. If you're going to buy an Android tablet, get a Nexus 7, get a Nexus 10. Yeah, it does have a nice 2560 by 1600 screen, but it's nothing really special, I don't think so. It does come with a stylus, and again, it is a Note device, but other than that, it's just another run-of-the-mill 10-inch tablet, so really nothing special here. So I hope you guys like this recap of the Samsung event. Let me know what you're most excited for. Is it the Galaxy Note 3, the Galaxy Gear, or even the Galaxy Note 10.1? Let me know in the comments. So as always, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.